Today we're solving October November 23 paper 4.1 and let's start with the first question. This is about recursion and iteration. Okay, so the question says the iterative pseudocode algorithm for the function is iterate vowels, which takes a string as a parameter and counts the number of lowercase vowels in the string. This function is given to us and then we just have to convert this into Python. So what are we doing here is we are getting the length of the string and then we are starting from 0. So that means it's starting from the 0th index of the string. Let's say we have a string like laptop maybe. So we are starting from 0th index, which would be the character L, not 1, like we usually do in pseudocode. Every time we're getting one character out at a time, that would be the first character. And we're checking is the first character is equal to A, E, I, O, U. If that is the case, then we're incrementing the total by 1. And in the next part, so let's say if we have the word laptop like this, so the indices are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So in this part, they're saying that the next value, you'll start from index 1 and you'll go all the way till the end of the string. So when we are in index, when we're starting from index 0, index 1 means this value. So next time, we are going to extract only this part. And then we're going to check, is this character a vowel or not? And then we'll keep on trimming our string until we have seen all the first characters by trimming the characters one by one, right? So this is the idea. So we need to convert this into Python now. Okay, in order to do this, we'll just convert it side by side. So define iterative vowels. It will be taking a value and then total is set to 0. Length, we have to use the same variable names as well, is equal to len of value. Then we have for x in range length of string, which would again go till -1. So this will automatically go till -1. Then we check if, so we need to get the first character out. So first character is equal to mid value 0, 1. That means we are always getting the 0th index out. Okay, so this will get us the first character. Just writing a comment here. It will get us the first character out. Then we check if the first character is a vowel. Okay, so in order to check that, we can just create an array of vowels. This is an additional step we're doing, and that is completely fine. So A, E, I, O, U. So A, E, I, O, U, and then we can check if the first character is in vowels, right? It's going to check, let's say if we have the character D, is D in any of these? No. If we're looking for, let's say U, is it in any of these? Yes. So it will return a true or a false. If it is true, then I'm going to just say total plus equal to 1. And that's it. And then we have to so total plus equal to 1. And then total was lowercase, it was uppercase. So this should be uppercase, total plus equal to 1. And then we have to simply re-evaluate the value inside the for loop, outside the if condition. So we'll say value is equal to, so now we have to extract the remaining part minus the first character. So in order to do that, we say value is equal to value index 1 till length of our string, or we can just write 1 like this, and this should be a capital V as well. Okay, so what is happening here? So if I quickly show, let's say we create a main program here, and if I have a source string, let's have laptop, and when I say print source index 1 till the end, so if I print this, it prints me AP top. So the first character is gone, right? And if I start from 0 to it prints P top. So when you write 1 colon, it means go till the end, or when you write colon till 5, it means start from the start and go till the 4th index. So this is what it means, right? So this is just for example purposes, and with this the whole question is done, and we just have to return the total value like this. And let's run it quickly to make sure that we have done it correctly. Iterative vowels, and we're passing in a string. Let's call on laptop and let's print it. So the output should be 2. So let's say count total is equal to this, and then we're going to print the value of total, and it should return us. In laptop, we have two vowels. We have A and O. Okay, it says it cannot access the local variable value. Okay, so we didn't create value here. Value was supposed to be created. So let's set value to empty initially so that it can be accessed. Okay, index out of range. In fact, that is the parametric value that we have to get. I just saw it should be capital V. That was why we were getting the issue. And okay, so same issue. It should be capital V, and looks fine now, I guess. Yep, returns 2 because there are two variables. And then let's say we write the word computer science. So we have E, two E's, then one I, and then E, and then O, and then U. So 4, 5, okay, it is 6. So this is working perfectly. In the next part, they're saying call it on house. So we'll call it on house, and we test it, and we have HOU. So we have OU and E, so we get 3, and we have to take a screenshot. Okay. Now they're saying that we have to rewrite the function iterative vowels as a recursive function with the identify recursive vowels. Okay, so we have to write a new function now. We'll repeat the same logic but recursively. So let's hide this part. Define recursive vowels, and we're supposed to pass in a value. Okay, now for the recursive part, we just have to do the same thing recursively, but without using any loop. And every time we'll be reducing the value of our string by one character. So how would there would be a base case, and then there would be a recursive case. So at the base case, we would eventually stop, right? Okay, now when do we stop? So in recursive case, it would be simply if the length of the value at any point becomes equal to 0, that means we have seen the whole string, because we are removing one character at a time. So eventually it would become 0, and then we would return the value 0, right? Okay, if that is not the case, so else what we'll do is, this is where we'll be doing the recursive call now. Okay, so else that is not the case. Now what do we have to do? We have to extract the first character out first of all. So again, we'll use the same variable, and you can change it here, value index 0. This gets the first character out, and then we again have to check the same thing. So I'll just do the same logic here. Vowels array goes here like this, and then we can check if the first character is in vowels. If that is the case, then we are going to make a recursive call, right? Okay, now in recursive call, we cannot create a counter and we cannot return it. So we will instead count inside the recursive call. So we'll say return 1 plus recursive vowels value 1 till end. I'll explain what this means. Okay, and if it is not the case, then I'll simply return the recursive call as we've done above for this value. Okay, now what does it do? Let's say we pass in the value house here. Okay, so for house, it will extract the first character out, which would be H. It will check is H in vowels? No. So it will make a recursive call, and we have written here that it should get starting from character number 1, it should go to the end. So from the string house, it would eliminate H, and then OUSE would be sent back to the value, right? Then we check, is it equal to 0? No. So again, from OUSE, it will extract O, and then it checks, is it a part of vowel? Yes. So then what it will do is, it will make a recursive call to something like this. It will do 1 plus recursive vowels, and then the next time the recursive call would be on USE, right? Then next time the word would be used, so the recursive call would be on 1 plus SE. Then since S is not a vowel, so it will not do the 1 plus recursive call, it will instead do this. So it will make a recursive call to E. And then finally, when we go back up there again, so After this, when we'll extract the first character and we'll remove it, so the length of the value would become 0, and then it would start returning value. So this would return 0. Then this, in fact, since we passed in E, so this would also return this count 1. So this would make a recursive call to 1 plus RC, like this. Recursive call, and then it would eventually return 0. Then it returns 0, so 1 plus 0 becomes 1. So recursive call of E would have returned you 1. Then recursive call of SE would have also returned you 1 because S was not a vowel. And then in the previous recursive call, 1 plus 1 becomes 2. And then this returns 2. And then 2 plus 1 becomes 3. And that would be our answer. We just have to backtrack our recursive calls. And this would give us 3, which is the number of vowels in the word house. So same logic as before, right? Okay, now let's try it as well. So if we run it and we get the same output, let's change the word. Let's change it to maybe dragon. So it's supposed to output us 2 and it outputs us 2. Perfect, working fine. So the question says you have to do it on imagine. So let's do it on imagine, and then we have to test it, and on imagine it gives us 4, 4. So that is the idea. So basically again, it will keep on making recursive calls and push the values onto the stack until it returns 0. Then when it returns 0, we will keep on unwinding the stack by completing our unfinished stack calls, and then we will get our output out. So this is question 1.